So traders, what I want to do in today's video is I want to share with you a really powerful technique for you to understand what's going on in the markets, what sort of phase are we in the markets, and whether you're getting into a trade, whether it's likely to be a big move or whether it's actually likely to be a short-term move, and where actually a lot of traders get wrong when it comes to reading these charts and trading these markets well. And I want to share something with you that is really going to help you out. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it. Make sure you grab that free trading course there, guys. Make sure you grab that free trading course, link in the description. The first video you get, guys, is the super trader formula. So the technique that I want to share with you right now is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at a chart, okay? So what we're looking at here, if you trade the daily charts, right? You look at the daily charts for your entry signals and you're trading the daily charts. The one thing that I do say is that one of the most powerful things to understanding, to helping you, is always looking at the higher time frame. Now, not too high, okay? So if you trade the daily chart, it's so important to look at the weekly chart, okay? So this is the weekly chart here. I can actually go to, this is the daily chart here, okay? Now, I've deliberately not showing you what sort of stock this is. Now, if you are trading the markets right now, you probably know exactly what stock this is, right? So I'm not going to say what stock it is because it doesn't matter what stock it is, okay? It just all comes back down to the same techniques of understanding if you are going to get into a trade. One, is it likely to be a high probability trade? And two, is it likely to be one of those trades that has the potential of making a good move, like a real, and try to get maybe what, at least a 2 to 3, 1 to 1 sort of reward to risk ratio, or having the potential of doing that. And how we do that, and how we look at the markets here, is we're looking at these weekly charts here. Okay, so this is the weekly chart here. Now, as you can see, whenever I'm trading, I'm looking at the weekly charts and I'm asking, where are we in these weekly charts? Because the weekly charts can give you a really big clue, on what's going on and where we should be focusing, right? Now, we've all heard the trend is your friend until the end, right? Well, that is so true. Now, again, I'm looking at the weekly charts. One big mistake that some traders make is they'll go look at the monthly charts. The monthly charts are too far. Because if you're getting into a daily trade, like you're looking at the daily charts now and you're looking for a trade on the daily charts, you're probably going to be in it for a couple of days, maybe for a week or two. So looking at the monthly charts is just way too long term, because the monthly charts is probably going to tell you what's likely to happen over the next month, right? Not the next sort of couple of days, maybe the next couple of weeks. That's the reason why we look at the weekly chart and always look at the daily charts as well too. Now, whenever I'm looking at my daily charts, I am looking at the daily charts for my setup, right? I'm looking for my setup. I'm looking for my entry signal. And if you want to learn all that sort of stuff, guys, again, first thing in the description, I teach you my trading system for free, okay? But I'm looking for my trading setup on the daily charts. But when I'm looking at the weekly chart, I'm asking myself, am I trading with the overall weekly charts, right? Because this is where a lot of traders can throw their thoughts and opinions. And right now, as I speak, as I'm doing this video, the stock market is doing exactly this, but people are throwing their thoughts and their opinions at it, right? So what's happening is, look at this back here, right? We had what? We had a move up, and then we had a move down. We had a strong move up, and notice this here. Notice we even had what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically a month and a half of a big drop down here. See that there, right? A month and a half of a big drop down here. Now, at this point in time, where is the overall trend? The overall trend is still up, right? Because why? We have a low, we have a higher low. Look what happened. And then the higher low kicked in, and then look what happened. Bam, we went for a big move up, right? And then we went for another big pullback. Again, who's in control? The buyers are still. And then we went for a big move up, and then we had a big pullback, right? Because again, these are weekly bars. So when you're looking at this, we could have a short-term little downward trend on the daily charts in here. But a lot of traders think, oh, the market's topping out, we're going to go down. And then suddenly the buyers come back in, bam, and we have another big move, right? Down. Look at this here. Strong move up, little pullback, strong move up, and then look what happened, right? Then we started to do what? Then we came down, made a higher low. Then we did what? Then we started to create a lower high, right? And then we started to break here, and then we started to realize what? We're in a bit more of a downward trend now overall. See that there? And now look what's happened. We've gone straight up, and now we're getting this here. So as you can see, right, as through this here, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and higher low, right? So we can see through there. So if you're trading the daily charts and you can see that we have this happening right now and the market's coming down here, right? The market's coming down, even through this point through here, which was quite a big drop. That was the 2020 COVID drop on this particular stock. But when we actually had the COVID 2020 drop on this particular stock, on this weekly charts, guess what? It was going to be short-lived, and the best probability trades to trade in this environment was where? Long trades. You say no, John. Well, if I'm looking at this particular stock right now, it's the exact same thing, right? People trying to short this particular stock right now, you may be lucky and get a little bit of a downward movement from here. But as you can see, right, where is the best probability trades is trying to go looking for long setups, meaning waiting for the pullback and then looking for a long setup to go long. Now, again, I'm utilizing this as a basis, but then you've got to have a really good trading system, trading setup, and a trading, and an entry signal as well too. Okay, so obviously that's what I teach in my coaching program, guys, and I teach in the trading system as well too. If you are interested in getting coaching from me, that second link in the description, click on that, and I'll personally call you over 1 year worth of coaching with me every single day. So we had this pullback through here, but as you can see, right, we're just going through a downward move through here. So what's if we're looking at the probability, we had a low, we had a high, we had a higher high. What's the probability here? Okay, looking at probability. The probability is what? 1, that we're likely to. Let me take everything off the screen here for a minute. The probability of this is what? 1, we do this, or because we had a strong move up, what's the probability here? The probability is what? We're probably likely to have a move up, maybe a move down, to maybe somewhere even like down through here somewhere. So we may be going to move like down through there, which may be like the 50 to 60% retracement level. And then what? And then maybe having another move to the upside. Why? Because we had a very strong move up, and this is probably just going to be a pullback. So trying to go short here, again, this is the weekly chart, trying to go short here, or if I go to my daily charts now, trying to go short here is very risky. Why? Because you don't know how long this move is going to be. It's much better what? To look for trades with that overall longer term trend. What is that overall longer term trend? It's on the weekly charts, right? So I could look at this stock through here. And let me just take everything off the screen here. And now I'm going to go to the weekly charts, right? And so I'm going to look at the weekly charts. And as you can see, look at this here. What happened? We had a what? We had a strong move up, then a little bit of a pullback, and a strong move up, and a little bit of a pullback, move up, double bottom, it didn't break a lower low, and then we had a strong move up. Now look what happened. Then it came down, lower high. Now look what's happening, right? Down and down through here, right? So we went through an upward trend through here. So through this period through here, if we're looking for a really good risk to reward ratio, we would be going long through here. Through this period through here, as you can see, because we're in a downward trend, as we started to rally through here and here and here, again, there's a weekly chart here, right? So this is probably a couple months with a strong rally. All the traders were thinking, oh, this is now the bottom in this particular stock. Again, you probably know what it is if you watch the markets. Everyone's thinking, oh, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, we're going to rally it, and then suddenly the sellers knock it down again. Then look what happened, right? Then what happened, right? Look at this here. It happened from here, came down, then it came down through here, then look what happened. Bam, we had a rally up. Now, if we're looking at what's happening right now, what is this? So if you're looking for a high probability trade, would it be going short here, or would it be trying to look for a long setup? Obviously a long setup. Why? Because the trend is up. Low, higher low. Guess what's likely to come here? We're likely to get what? Some sort of a higher low. Now again, there's probabilities in this, guys. There's no certainties. There's there's a lot of bumblebees and a lot of monkeys in the chat box saying, they're looking for the certainties, right? There's no certainties, but it gives us the best chances of actually doing well when we find a true established trend, and then when we're actually trading, we don't want to be going short here, Or even through here, what do we want to look for? We want to look for the market to maybe start to pause for a little bit and then start to pick back up, and maybe looking for long setups through here. So as you can see, guys, that one of the best things we can use, for one of the most powerful things we can use for our own trading, is to utilize the weekly chart. Again, guys, that second link in the description, go apply for my coaching program. In my personal trading setup, right? In my personal trading setup is that I actually have my setup that I look for, my pattern, my entry signal, where I put my stop loss, how I'm gonna let my profits run, all that sort of stuff, right? I do all that sort of stuff. And again, if you really want that help, that second link in the description, I'll personally coach you every single day to help you. But what I do know is that I'm looking for that setup with the overall trend, right? So if I've got a short setup here, I know that it may make a bit of profit, but the likelihood it's probably going to make a small profit. And the best trade is where? The best trade is to look for the next leg up, which we might have through here. We're up, down, strong up, slow down, strong up. Now we're getting this here. What's probably likely to happen soon? We're probably likely to get what? A higher low soon, because we're in an upward trend already. Higher low. And now we're probably likely to see something like that again soon. So if that's the case, I would rather be looking for my pattern, my long setup pattern here, to go long with the market, because one, it's going to give me a much more higher win-loss ratio because I'm trading with it. Secondly, I can actually let my profits run. And thirdly, I'm likely to be capturing a much bigger move if it is going to be a successful trade in that direction from there.